Hello again, this is CT5Holy. Today's fighters are Dokurider's Magic Shield Maidens and my Antimatter. I want to see my team, both of us want to see our teams in action. I'll find another opponent for Dokurider later. So first off, we have Dokurider's team with Belladonna the Squire, Oleander the Geomancer, Iris the Summoner, and Dahlia the Geomancer. Let's start off with Dahlia. She has very high damage output because, as you might know, she has 17 MA, and that coupled with the Strengthen from 108 gems and Magic Back Up means she has an effective 28 MA. So her black magic is going to hurt a lot. Summoner, basic support unit, high match for haste 2 and slow 2, which are just solid skills, and sun magic is good for anti-sandbag and another form of revival. We have white magic Geomancer. She's just here to play support, essentially. Battle Axe will be randomly relevant with the decap proc, and Raise 2 is a good skill to have. And the Squire, I expect her to just be annoying and disrupt people between yin-yang magics, various statuses, and the Night Killer, which I like. I like the Night Killer because of the blind proc, which of course halves anyone's accuracy, their melee attack accuracy. So that will definitely be relevant. Also, the Squire and Summoner have pretty solid evades, so that will also be. I expect that to be relevant as well. Moving on to my team, we have my 2 swords, Escutcheon 2, punching archer. We have the Thief, whose concept I borrowed from Gaignan. So thank you for that. I'll elaborate on that a bit more in a bit. We have my white magic Geomancer, again mostly for support, but solid elemental damage as well. And my Paladin, my Time Magic Paladin, relevant for Grand Cross and Slow 2. And possibly Sinkhole in this matchup as well, since everyone on the other team can cast spells. So, the priorities for Dokurider should be to kill my Thief, because he probably has the highest damage output on my team, and my Geomancer, as she is my main support unit. And similarly for me, my priorities will be offing the 2 Geomancers. The Black Magic Geomancer for her insane damage output, and the White Magic Geomancer because it's a lot harder to deal with someone coming back from a Raise 2 than it is from a Fairy or a Wish. So that should be the main key points of the game. Slow 2 from both sides will be very relevant, as Slow 2 is a very strong skill. And for this first round, we're going to map 29. Right, about me borrowing the Thief idea from Gaignan, this came about as we were discussing ideas for 138, and I just remembered he was trying to use the Thief as an example, describe the potential power of Warpath. I tweaked it a bit, made him faster, gave him move HP up instead, but regardless, it's a very strong unit, very solid. In the 2 matches Antimatter's already been on display, he was definitely by far the biggest threat. And after Masamune, he has an effective 15 speed, so he's going to be very fast, he'll be getting in a lot of turns. So first Sleep, and it hits, coupled with a Fire, so like already, my team's on the defensive. And a haste 2. This should snag everyone. Yep. Now this whole team is hasted as well. So even though my team is normally faster, I think right now, because his whole team has been hasted, they have the advantage. And Thief goes for Charm, and it hits. Very relevant. Charm is almost always relevant when it hits. Like even just forcing the enemy team to waste a turn getting rid of the Charm. Like, oh, that's a Paralyze. That would have been pretty good for me if she went for Throwstone to cancel the charge. But I'm not going to complain. It's a free action from my side. And so the Raise 2 connects on the Archer, so down he goes. And the Black Magic Geomancer is going for a very damaging spell onto my Thief. And then the Slow 2 as well. So I'm in a very rough spot. Oh, Heretic! So that should save him from the incoming spell. And the Bolt 2? Oh my goodness, double kill, wow. I forgot he had Heretic, and a Slow 2 of my own from the Paladin will only connect on 1 unit, it looks like, but That is the white magic Geomancer, and she is slowed as well. White robe from the Squire reduces the damage of that. Oh, both of them are don't acted. And they're slowed, or at least one of them. So, but they both have white magic, so between my thief being slowed and the only form of offense from my Geomancer being elemental is not going to be doing too much. Let's click life drain from the Squire, and Geomancer goes in and gets guarded. And there's a raise too on the summoner. Team is still slowed, or my thief and paladin are still slowed, so it's still a problem for me. But thief is just fast enough, gets his turn just in time to interrupt the mid charge. My archer's being very passive, just running away. 100% slow 2 is very nice. Will the slow 2 hit the summoner as well? I guess I'm not going to find out, or maybe I will, because first the Masamune. Wow, that heretic was so clutch. That completely turned the battle in my favor. And yes, both of his units are slowed now. Elemental will be anti-sandbag. Thief moves forward now, but Dokurider's in a very bad spot. His Squire is slowed. My guys can just go to town, more or less. Archer being hilariously useless. Not that I mind, seeing how I have taken the first round. Alright, that heretic redirect was exciting. Anyways, round 2. Okay, here you are for round 2, at map number 12, at the gate of Lionel Castle. I would like to apologize because for my stammering / stuttering and that I interrupt myself as I speak quite often, and also that I speak rather quickly. So apologies for that if that is an issue for anyone. Anyways, standard openings. This is a pretty small map. My thief is already right in the middle of things. And going for an elemental. Card model now is a much more reasonable don't move proc as opposed to petrify. Always a moment of anxiety when it was the petrify proc. Assuming that's Oleander, that should be a cure spell for my archer. And that's probably an Ifrit to exploit his weakness to fire. And that is a slow 2 for my paladin. I'm gonna paralyzed from the Spire, and it misses the thief, crucially, but it does connect on to my Geomancer, as expected. She has 70 faith, and yes, there's an Ifrit. My paladin walked into it, but he's not taking too much. I'm surprised oh, there's a double kill, because that Geomancer does so much damage. That fire just dropped both my archer and thief just like that. And once again, I'm in a very bad position. My thief was already at 1. My goodness, he is fast. Anyways, oh, and he's oiled too, so there goes 555 damage. Wow. There goes my paladin, and Donak wears off my Geomancer, but this was quite the route for Dokurider. Oh my goodness. This should be over really quickly. Again, the re-raise loop is not going to help me at all. Maybe I should get rid of it. Anyways, this is just a matter of time. Card model to finish the job. Yeah, with all that MA, that's still going to help. That's going to help elemental damage. Kamaitachi not going to do it, even if 2 don't act procs. Even if there are 2 don't act procs. Oh, my thief gets up, but don't act is not again not going to do enough. That wasn't the relevant target either. I don't think. Anyways, incoming cure spell to off the archer. And a Madon Gen crits just for fun, even though it does the same amount of damage. And okay, that was oh, nope. Paladin's still in the fight, but not for long. There he goes. Okay, round 2 goes to Dokurider. Okay, everyone, round 3 between myself and Dokurider. If this is the map I think it is, then this should play out somewhat similarly to round 2, because again, fairly small, and everyone is going to be very clumped up for the AoE that Dokurider has. Notably, that very scary Black Magic Geomancer more or less single-handedly won him the game last round. This is sort of the problem of going first, is that for a slower team based around magic, you're essentially giving them the first shot, because you've walked into range for them, and then since your turn has just passed, all their spells will go off uninterrupted. So first we see a life drain. Counterfoot only Again, only don't move procs, not petrify proc. But so that life drain comboed with whatever spell is coming up should drop my Geomancer. And haste 2 will position Dokurider very nicely. Yeah, bolt 2. There, yep, there they go. And my my Paladin barely survives. My Archer's right there for the raise, but this should be an incoming raise 2 for him. 56% chance. Pretty decent odds. We'll see what happens. I'm guessing that's a slow to my Paladin, which will be relevant, and Charm does not hit, does not cancel to raise 2. That should be some sort of summon. One of the small offensive sums to get rid of the Geomancer. Raise 2 misses. This could be big, we'll see. Now he goes for a Paralyze. Slow 2 only snags 1 unit. Good for Dokurider. Paralyze misses the Archer. Misses both, actually. Counterflood, providing free damage, but yes, there's the Ramu. And a fire. If this hits my... Yep, there goes my Thief as well. So, once again, I'm in a very, very bad spot. If my Geomancer can get a turn, as she does, this raise, this might help, but it's only a raise. Then again, it's not like my Thief was going to survive any of that Black Magic Geomancer spells anyway. So re-raise, that's a nice part of re-raise. My Geomancer really needs to stay up as she is my main support unit. I'm not sure if that's a Leviathan or a Salmon. It looked like a 3 AoE summon. We'll see. Fire. Oh, guarded. Very lucky for me. Again, as my Archer is weak to fire, he definitely would have been 1-hit KO'd. And my Thief, him being alive, is very good. So, Charm hits. Once again, very important because it breaks. At the very least, it broke. It interrupted the spell she was casting. And it forced the Squire to spend a turn getting rid of it. Now it looks like another slow 2 for my Paladin. Card model, just poking away. The Cure 4 fully heals the Squire. Now, what is the Summoner going to do? She's going to fall back and go for another big AoE spell. Probably going to try the same thing again. And that should be the Black Magic Geomancer doing her thing. Slow 2 only hits the Summoner. And Thief goes to interrupt the Summoner, but fire, this could hurt a lot. Yep, they are both dead. They both have re-raise, though. But that's only a temporary measure. And of course my Paladin is most likely going to re-raise himself once he gets back up. Like so. He's getting really low on MP, but... And oh, Paralyze hits my Thief. That's a big problem for me. And so is that spell, because it's probably going to be a fire. It's probably going to drop everyone who's in AoE. Well, my Archer, once again, thanks to the Escutcheon 2 and the Abandon, has been dodging those attacks. And oh wait, no, Paladin still has re-raise. Yes, raise. Now, if the Charm hits, oh, it misses. But if it hit, it would have been very big. And as you can see, the Squire was out of range to heal the Charm. And oh my goodness, 352 damage thanks to that fire weak. And Don't Act hits again. Huge problem. Re-raise, and I hope he moves out of the AoE of fire. I'd be very sad if he stayed in it. He stays in it. Hopefully my Archer moved out of the way. He could have at least redirected onto it. I think he could have redirected. Again, dodges the shot. Very lucky for me. And that's probably that's one of the only reasons I'm staying in the game. Going for another spell. A Thief whacks the Geomancer and just stays put. Cure 4 undoes all the damage that he just did. I'm gonna guess the Summoner is gonna get her Zodiac! That's what it was. That's the big deal. Thankfully not too much damage, but again, excellent for getting rid of anti-sandbag. High Potion. Zephyrin's very nice and healthy, although my Paladin will still die to one of the fire shots, at least at the moment. Will that be enough? Yes, it is! Okay, so big for me, especially since, as you can see, her counters are at 2 a minute. She was just about to get her turn. Instead, the Summoner is forced to cast Fairy, and oh, I was going to say that's easy for me to deal with, but the Dia proc Darkness, so now my Thief is going to be very ineffective at just hitting people, and as you can see, he opts for a Charm, which misses. Now, my Geomancer is still there for the anti-sandbag, courtesy of Elemental. Unavailable, very nice. And 72% don't act, that will be a problem. I'm gonna guess that's a slow 2 with the last of his MP. Not in range for a single. But slow 2 is still just as fine. Slow 2 is a very strong ability. Enemy only, very high accuracy, very high AoE. And ooh, Masamune, this will be helpful for me. And the Paralyzed Mist as well. I missed that earlier, but things are going my way. It was very fun. And a big slow 2 counter. Card model, snagging 2 units. And the slow 2 should come probably after the raise 2. Like so. So hit 2 units, but again. And it gets cancelled right away with Masamune, but still. It's a wasted... If he wasn't there for the Masamune, that would have been... There would have been a lot of consequences. Archer goes for a Don't Act, which is very nice, as that is the big threat. It's the Black Magic Geomancer. I think I would have liked to see her dead, but... Well, it's the AI. I'm not going to question it. And card model drops her anyway, so I suppose it works out. A Thief going to Masamune. Oh no, goes for a Charm, and it hits. And you can't get rid of it. Oh wait, well there's Isuna for it, but first the raise 2. Goes off instantly. Very bad for me, we'll see what happens. Goes for a punch. Solid damage if the Geomancer gets another turn. Or if my Paladin goes for a Grand Cross, like so. Drops it right away. And oh, that's right. Units that can heal Charm will heal themselves. Will get rid of their Charm. And oh, horrible odds, 26%. And then the counter-attack gets rid of the haste as well. Carve model. Again, just poking away. That looks to be a fairy, which, again, a lot easier to deal with than raise 2. Dokurider's Geomancer goes for a raise onto my... I'm guessing that's a raise. Is that a raise or a cure 2? Or a cure 4, rather, onto my Archer. First the Masamune. I'm not exactly sure why he didn't opt to Masamune my Geomancer as well, but that might be because she already has the Hasten Region. MP Restore, very good for Dokurider. He was getting somewhat low on MP. And my Archer chooses to do nothing instead of punching someone. Now my Geomancer is Don't Acted. That is a slight problem. Charm hits, very good for me, very bad for Dokurider. Probably some sort of spell now. Yep. I'm guessing it's a Zodiac based on the AoE. And a slow 2 for my Paladin. Now what is Oleander going to do? Probably to raise 2. Yes. Bandage. Just in time. She should be getting her turn soon. Yep. And will that be enough to drop Squire? Not yet. Not yet. Raise 2. And slow 2. Oh, she has short charge. That's why she got the slow off first. And whoa, that was... Where was that panel? Because it hit both of them. Charm misses. And there's the Zodiac. Now again, I believe yes, things are definitely in a favorable position for me. The White Magic Geomancer is down. Oh, but the Black Magic Geomancer is getting a turn. Does she have single? No, he has Grand Cross. Oh, he targets himself to hit 2 people? Wow. That was... Grand Cross is good. There's the fire. Both of them guarded. One, oh my goodness. And the counter flood killed. That was incredibly fortunate for me. Sirens. Because my Geomancer only has 5% magic evade, courtesy of the Zephyr Shield. So that was very, very lucky for me. And then a stop proc to really seal the deal. Wow. I feel very lucky. I feel like this was a very lucky win, because I feel like I was behind for a lot of the game. I was in a very bad position. But then, just enough things went my way. I mean, a couple of charms here. Being able to kill the units at the right time. Ah! Well, presumably my Geomancer went in for the kill shot. Anyways, good game, Dokurider. That was quite an exciting round 3. As a little summary, I'm not sure what to say in terms of post-game analysis. I mean, round 1, and the first 2 rounds were just blowouts. Round 1, my Thief using Heretic and then redirecting the Bolt 2 just put me more or less in a winning position. At the very least, it stabilized my position, because before that, I was definitely in a losing position. But that Bolt 2, but the Heretic into Bolt 2 redirect meant that, 1, my Thief survived, and it killed 2 of Dokurider's own units. It was absolutely huge for me. Round 2, the very deadly Dahlia, the Black Magic Geomancer, just more or less single-handedly won Dokurider game off of fire, because it killed my Archer and Thief, and put oil on my Paladin, which set up for a water from her later on, which one-hit KO'd him for like 555 damage, absurd, as well as cancelling haste on the Geomancer. Of course, my Geomancer was in critical and don't acted. That early paralyze from the Squire meant that once I was put into that losing position, the Geomancer could not do anything to bring me out of it. And then round 3 was, well, you guys just saw round 3. Again, I was in a pretty bad position for most of the match, I feel like. And then my team just slowly clawed away, and then at the end, I won. Anyways, good game. Hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will get another opponent for Dokurider's team soon. And yeah, see you soon.